Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be doing something super fun. I'm getting ready for a baby shower for a coworker this morning, and so I'm going to be making two kinds of cupcakes, vanilla and strawberry. They're having a girl, so pink and white, and I've already got all my ingredients laid out, so let's go ahead and get started. Normally I would recommend getting the cupcakes ready a day ahead of the icing so that you've got plenty of time to let everything cool. I didn't do that last night. I decided to be lazy and just do everything the morning of the shower, so I'm really in a hurry to get these cupcakes ready. So I'm going to make a double batch of the vanilla cupcake mix and get those portioned out. Half of it will be vanilla, and then with the other half that I don't portion out at the beginning, I'll add the strawberry flavoring to, and that way I can kind of maximize my efficiency and make sure I have time to get everything done. So here I am creaming together the butter and the sugar, and I'm going to be adding my eggs one at a time to make sure everything is incorporated evenly. Another thing I kind of goofed on that I was able to improvise was that I realized I was almost combining two different vanilla cake recipes to make these vanilla cupcakes. You can use cake recipes to do the cupcakes. Of course, it's going to take less time to bake the cupcake than it would to bake a cake, so I just adjusted the time accordingly. But I didn't have any shortening and I didn't want to use vegetable oil, so I substituted and only used butter for this portion. So just to catch you up to speed, this was a cup and a half of butter, which is 3 sticks, 3 cups of sugar, and 4 eggs. Don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl every once in a while. Now I'm going to get ready my dry ingredients. We're going to start by measuring out 3 cups of flour, and I am going to finish off the flour that I have in my container here that I keep on my counter, so bear with me while I get another bag to open. Next we'll measure out 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of salt. Let's get all that mixed together well so we don't have any concentrations of anything in particular in one spot of the batter. Next we're going to measure out a cup of milk, and to the milk we'll add about a teaspoon or a tablespoon, I'm just finishing off my bottle, of vanilla. The last step to this cupcake recipe is to add the dry ingredients and the milk to our butter and egg and sugar mixture, alternating, starting and ending with the dry ingredients. Again, don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl. While this is finishing up, I'm just going to do a little bit of tidying to get ready for the muffin tins to come over, and I'll get those lined and the cupcakes portioned out. Now one batch of this recipe, which again I've doubled here, but one batch is supposed to make either 24 cupcakes filled 3/4 of the way or 36 if you fill them half of the way, and I need as many cupcakes as I can get, so I'm going to try to fill them about halfway and get at least 24 of the vanilla cupcakes and at least 24 of the strawberry. I just decided for aesthetic reasons to do white cake and the white liners, and I will do the strawberry cake and the pink liners. You really want to try your best to get these filled as evenly as possible, because if you have one huge cupcake and some that are not quite as big, the ones that are smaller are going to bake faster and therefore they're going to brown more, and you might have an underdone large cupcake if you're not able to kind of get these all even. Now before I pop these in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and get my strawberry batter mixed, and to this vanilla cake mix I'm just going to add about a half of the 5-ounce strawberry jello container. This is another time when you really want to make sure you scrape down those edges and the bottom. Also to this batter, I'm gonna add some diced frozen strawberries that I've thawed out. I kind of regret not making sure that these were drained a little bit better because the batter was a little bit wetter on the strawberries, especially on the icing portion because I do add them there too, and it just did not quite set up the way that the vanilla icing did, but it really adds a nice pop of flavor and some nice texture, so I don't regret putting the strawberries in at all. But if you want, you can just totally leave those out and go with the jello. Now that my strawberry batter is finished, I will go ahead and get the pink cupcake liners filled. I've only got about 6 left. I've only got 2 cupcake tins, so I'm gonna pop these in the oven, bake them for about 12 or 15 minutes, and then when they're done, I'll let them cool a few minutes, take the cupcakes out to let them cool on a wire rack, and then I will reline and we will finish the cupcakes. Now it's time for me to go ahead and start the icing portion. So I'm starting out here with a stick of butter and 2 blocks of cream cheese. I opted for cream cheese icing to kind of cut the sweetness a little bit. And we're gonna make sure that those two are well mixed before I add any sugar. Definitely make sure both the butter and the cream cheese have softened up. I let these sit on my counter overnight, but just a couple of hours should do. And for a little extra base flavoring, I am adding some vanilla extract. Once I'm satisfied that all of that has been well combined, I'm going to slowly add the powdered sugar, and I really mean slowly because if your mixer is up too high, this will be a powdery explosion. And I'm just going to start by using half the bag and taste it a little bit. And I'm going to add just a little bit more. I don't want it too overpoweringly sweet, but I definitely want to have enough bulk to ice both the vanilla and the strawberry cupcakes. And this is really where the bulk of the volume comes from, is from that powdered sugar. Now it's time to ice the vanilla cupcakes. So I've got just some kind of vessel to hold my gallon-sized bag. I flipped it the top inside out to keep the outside edges clean for my hands, and I'm gonna fill this up with about half of the icing volume. I'm not gonna be using a pastry tip or anything like that. I do have them, but I'm just gonna cut the corner off of this bag and make it a little bit easier and have a little bit less cleanup. With the rest of the icing still in the bowl, I'm going to add the other half of that 5-ounce packet of strawberry jello and the rest of my diced strawberries. And just like I did with the vanilla icing, I'm going to fill a gallon-sized bag with the rest of my strawberry icing. This one I would recommend if you don't cut the strawberries very small. I kind of left mine a little bit chunky here and they kind of clogged my bag up a little bit, so definitely cut a big enough hole for all of the strawberries to come through. And all we have left is to ice the cupcakes, and unfortunately I did not get a nice pretty ending picture like I normally post on my videos, so I'll see what I can do about that, but I was really overall happy with the consistency of the vanilla icing, and the strawberry, as you'll probably see in a little bit here, like I mentioned earlier, was just a little bit more runny because of those frozen strawberries. So if you're going to add those in, make sure that you drain them properly on a paper towel or something like that, or again, you can just leave it out and use the jello. I just really want to thank everybody for taking some time to watch my videos, and I hope that you got something out of it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more of my videos that are coming out pretty soon. I'll also leave a couple for you to watch on the end screen. And feel free to give me a comment, to give me any suggestions on videos you'd like to see, or just, chat with me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks again for sticking around until the end, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.